YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for joining the BTM mob. So today we're talking about Canton Network updates. And one of the major updates is Canton Network is integrating with Fireblocks. Fireblocks integrates Canton Network for regulated on-chain settlement. So let me know what you guys think about that. So first off, you probably want to know what Fireblocks is. Fireblocks is a user-friendly platform that uses direct custody to build new chain-based products and manage digital asset operations. Direct custody is a type of self-custody that seamlessly blends high performance, zero counterparty risk, and multiple layers of security. With Fireblocks, you're always the owner and controller of your assets. The Fireblocks direct custody model flows 5 core custody principles, provides an environment with zero counterparty risk, eliminates external internal attack vectors, guarantees business continuity, ensures granular control and visibility of every transaction, delivers high performance products and services with ease. Fireblocks platforms is comprised of 3 components: the digital asset wallet, the platform governance, and the treasury management. So let me know if you guys are using Fireblocks. And next is a quick video that kind of sums up this update.
Here's what's happening. DTCC has announced its first external blockchain partner for its stock tokenization plan through its subsidiary DTC. Let's back up for a second. First, we're talking about stock tokenization. Second, we're specifically talking about a company that just received a no action letter from the SEC regarding its stock tokenization plan. DTCC is this parent company, DTC is a subsidiary, and DTC is this company behind the scenes that touches so much of the stock market. It handles over $100 trillion in assets. Back to the news. One of the first questions people asked me was, DTCC announced any of the partners for its stock tokenization plan? The answer was initially no, but it's now yes. And the answer is a blockchain network you all love and have heard of many times. Wait, no, it's not. It's something called Canton Network. It's in fact super not something that normal people, any real consumer has heard of. The way crypto Twitter describes Canton Network is that it's kind of this institutional chain. It's built by more or less a consortium of banks. It was backed by a consortium of banks and built kind of specifically for them. In its plan for stock tokenization that DTCC shared with the SEC, it described that there would be a list of approved blockchain networks. I'll be curious to see if DTCC adds additional external partners. I've never touched the Canton Network and I don't plan to. Again, it's really kind of like 4 banks. My read into this was that DTCC is kind of an old school institution. It's very much a legacy financial player. So instead of turning to a blockchain network that people like me have actually heard of or used, it instead decided to go with an external partner that's very much part of its world. Again, very much steeped in that legacy institution mindset. I'm curious if this approach will actually hamper DTCC's ultimate relevance in the stock tokenization game. As it's leaning into legacy models and legacy technologies, there are companies like Ondo and of course Coinbase with its new tokenized platform that are probably just moving forward. They're moving forward with the kind of new technologies. They're moving forward with the stuff that consumers are at least somewhat familiar with. In any case, it's interesting to hear DTCC's first partner announcement. They'll be piloting this in the first half of 2026, and it sounds like there may be some sort of rollout in the second half of next year. In the meantime, other players already have tokenized stocks live on the Solana network and Ethereum networks. It'll be interesting to see if that is real first mover advantage.
Let me know what you guys think about this update. So this is the announcement. Fireblock launches Canton support to expand its regulated tokenized and settlement infrastructure. Canton's privacy-focused design combined with Fireblocks platform and Fireblocks trust company custody provide a unified foundation for tokenized securities and deposit and assets. February 3rd, Fireblocks, the infrastructure platform, securing a more than $5 trillion in digital asset transfers annually, today announced the integration with the Canton Network, the privacy-enabled open blockchain network purpose-built for institutional finance. The launch enables secure custody for Canton Coin CC and gives financial institutions a governed, secure environment to begin settling assets on Canton with Fireblocks enterprise policy, controls, and workflow automation. Fireblocks Trust Company, qualified custodial chapter in the New York State Department of Financial Services, NYDFS, also supports custody of Canton Coin and its clients within the regulated compliant framework designed for the highest standard of fiduciary responsibility and risk management. So basically, they are a New York-based commodity or a infrastructure platform that helps with digital asset transfer. Canton uniquely combines privacy, interoperability, and scalability, providing real-time, secure, synchronized across regulated markets. By integrating Canton, Fireblocks offer banks, custodies, and asset managers and market participants a unified operational environment for private settlement, cross application asset flows, and the emerging wage of regulated digital instruments. Instruments for traditional financial institutions, including global bank market makers and asset serving platforms, has accelerated Canton's momentum as a preferred network for regulated digital market infrastructure. Fireblocks integration supports this adoption by providing the MPC security governance required to bring institutional scale activity onto Canton. Canton was designed to meet privacy, compliance, and scalability requirements of institutional finance, while enabling secure real-time synchronization across global platforms, says Melvis, Executive Director of the Canton Foundation. Fireblocks integration strengthens that vision by providing institutions a trusted, production-ready environment to begin engaging with Canton Coin and provide the next generation of regulated digital assets activity on the network. With support for Canton Coin now live, Fireblocks provides institutions a secure, governed way to begin operating on the network. Additional capabilities for Canton-based tokens and applications are planned, expanding the pathway for regulated statements and asset flows over time. Institutions exploring tokenization assets and regulated digital finance need infrastructure that aligns with how they operate confidentially, predictably, and with strong governance, said Stephen Richards, Chief Strategy Officer and Head of Banking at Fireblocks. Integrating Canton gives our customers a clear path to build, scale private settlement and future tokenization use cases on a network architected for institutional requirements. So moving forward, currently Canton is 17 cents, down 4.48%. Market cap is 6.6 billion. Hold up, wait a minute. Down 4.47%. 24-hour trading volume is 21.8 million, down 43.53 cents. Current crypto market cap is 2.51 trillion, down 4.31%. The CMC 20 is 151.8, down 5%. Fear and greed, we are in extreme fear, and we are pulling away from Bitcoin dominance with a 35, getting closer to altcoin season. Average crypto RSI is 39.66 and oversold, but going back closer to overbought. So this is another article. Fireblocks integrates Canton Network for regulated on-chain settlement. Crypto infrastructure company Fireblocks has added support for the Canton Network, allowing financial institutions to custody and settle assets on a privacy-enabled blockchain designed for regulated markets. According to Tuesday's announcements, the integration enables governance settlements of Canton Coin CC through Fireblocks platform and its New York Department of Financial Services charter trust entity. The offering is aimed at banks, custodials, and asset managers exploring tokenized securities, deposits, and other regulated instruments that require privacy, settlement, and strict control. Fireblocks secured more than 5 trillion in digital assets annually and has support for over 10 trillion in total transfers to date, with more than 2,400 organizations using the platform, according to the company. I didn't even know. I need to check Fireblocks out. Institutional adoption builds on the Canton Network. The Canton Network, a permissionless blockchain developed by Digital Assets and governed by the Canton Foundation, has a steady expansion of institutional integrations through 2025 and early 2026. In October, the digital asset infrastructure provider BitGo added support for Canton Coin, enabling U.S. banks and asset managers to custody the token through qualified custodians. So this is the BTM Crypto News Network, where we keep you up to date on news and updates. So this is the Fireblock integration with Canton Networks for regulated digital asset settlement, enables institutions to manage tokenized assets securely. Fireblocks also brings super validation. I think that was one of the articles we read. This side inside the network, episode 9, is built for founders, executive builders, and investors across the Canton ecosystem. Here are the latest news, decisions, app launch, participation opportunities across the Canton Network, all in one place in under an hour. So that is inside the Canton Network, episode 9. I might check that out myself. Actually, this is the DMF. Fireblocks now supports 150 blockchains. Launches Canton integration. This is a game changer for cross-chain custody and settlement. Canton delivers interoperability, secure cross-chain messaging, and faster multi-chain integration. And I think we did check this article out on Bitcom. Fireblocks integrate Canton. That's in a whole nother language. But I guess the articles are going global. And this is why Canton top privacy institutions adopt Canton Network. Every asset will become a digital asset. DTCC selected Canton Network for its treasury tokenization. JP Morgan, Bank of America, NASDAQ all leverage the network. Broad Ridge is processing 330 billion in daily repo volumes. Programmable privacy, anonymity, 24/7 settlement without market hours. $6 trillion in tokenized assets processed. Clients don't think about blockchain anymore. DTCC clears 10 trillion daily in customs, 99 trillion in securities. Explains why Wall Street's choosing Canton for the future of on-chain capital markets. And it's a video here you can watch. It's 55 minutes. So we're not going to watch it now, but we might do a breakdown later. The Zenith FDN team has launched a Canton Signal, a new monthly recap focus on who actually matters inside the Canton ecosystem. No noise, no soon, just real signals. Canton has been running in production for years, but January 26th marked the point where institutional activity became impossible to ignore. Canton signals exist to track what's truly moving the network, not polished side decks. This is a quick, unlike other blockchains, Canton Network is set out to deliver solutions for institutions who hesitate to bring assets on chain.
Adopt this today under the existing regulatory regime of today. You can meet every regulatory requirement you have today. You can meet every balance sheet requirement that you have today. You could solve material problems, and you could be part of a composable ecosystem. It sounds a little bit like have your cake and eat it too, but yes, that's what we spent a decade designing for these institutions, is to be able to do that. And the number one emotion we experience when we talk to these institutions is relief. That is the palpable emotion that they present, because they are being pushed aggressively by the success of what's going on in every other network to adopt stablecoins, digital demand deposits, be on chain. And you see announcements every day from these institutions, and you go talk to the people that are responsible for it, and they are a deer in headlights. I don't know how to do this without completely exposing my customers' information to the whole world. I don't know how to do this and still know that I've perfected the security of this asset, and that collateral is still there, and that this survives through bankruptcy proceedings. Like, these are very real questions that these institutions take and that they manage, generally speaking, quite well. And when you completely upend what they're accustomed to and you give them a whole new set of dynamics that nobody has tested before.
Shout out to the Canton Network and Coinage. Public chains broadcast everything to everyone. Canton doesn't. On Canton, need to know privacy is built in the asset smart contract. So only the right parties see, store, and validate the audit data. So I think that was it. And you can see Canton Network seems to be doing pretty well on the 4-hour chart. See several green, and they're pushing up. RSI on the 4-hour is 53.07. RSI-based moving average, and the RSI is 45.48. And looks like they're losing volume on the 4-hour. The red's above the blue, so it's bullish. Or actually bearish. It's bearish because the red's above the blue. Think about the Canton Network. Do you think it is something to keep an eye on, or do you not like the privacy part of the token? Either way, it's your main man, BTM, giving you an update about the Canton Network. Thanks for joining. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, and miners out.